it was a particularly gruesome find, wasn't it, for those fishermen?
Yeah, well, when you're talking about a human body being cut up and placed in plastic bags, it was horrendous.
Did the brutality of that crime surprise you, or is that something you're used to?
It's something I'm used to, but it's making a statement. People who are capable of cutting up a human body and disposing of it in that manner tells me something about the crime I'm looking at. There's a certain degree of callousness there that you can get to the extent where you're cutting up a body. So, told me a bit about the crime.
Detectives MacArthur and Patton, Mr. Falconer.
Where you blokes hail from?
We have some questions for you.
How Terry Falconer was kidnapped by the crooks reads like a movie script. It's no wonder then that the crime ended up being told as an underbelly series.
You'll need to accompany us to the station.
Crooks dressed as cops arrived to get Falconer from a mechanic workshop where he was working on day release from prison.
So cops wanting a chat wasn't that unusual.
What was it like for you to work on that case?
Oh, it was a challenge. It was a challenge because the fact that the offenders had dressed up and purported to be police officers, it's almost like a slap in the face to our organisation that they're prepared to do that. I think the mistake they made, and looking at it from a police point of view, I knew there was more than one offender involved, and that always gives me a chance if there's more than one person involved, because there's ways that we can exploit that.
The whole idea was that the body was never meant to be found.
There was two parts to that crime, because the body was never meant to be found. Like that was that's their mistake. If the body wasn't found, it would have been very hard for us to prove the matter. And the circumstances in which Terry was taken from prison, it could have been a situation where he just wanted to disappear himself, and that would have been the thought process. Once the body turned up, that was the first mistake the crooks had made, and that was the mistake that brought them undone. And it's quite ironic, the effort they've gone to cutting up a body and disposing of it that way, and that's the very thing that created their downfall.
Yeah.
But from a detective's point of view, or a personal point of view, someone that's prepared to cut up a body needs to be dealt with.
Really?
Yeah, well,
you think so?
Yeah, I think you've crossed the line. You've crossed the line. That's telling me something. Total disregard for human norms.
How proud are you of that investigation?
It's one that I hold high in terms of solving it, because it was difficult. And I should also preface that major crime's a team sport. Like, there was a team that worked on it, and a lot of people put a lot of effort in, and it impacted on a lot of people's lives within the police, because it was a tough investigation. But yeah, I'm proud of it. I think it was saying, well, you want to do this, look what we can do, and it was hitting back at the crooks. So I don't mind doing that.
Yeah, and you cleaned up quite a lot of crimes in that investigation. And
people often say, how do you get motivated when someone like Terry Falconer's murdered? Like, he's chosen to live his life a certain way, which is as an outlaw, so to speak. But it gives us an opportunity to get into that criminal world, and we caught them not just for Terry Falconer's murders, but other murders and serious crimes, a whole range of serious crimes. So yeah, we put a serious dent in an organised crime network, which is good.
It would be over a year before Gary Jubelin got another chance to bring down his prey.
You featured in that Underbelly series. Was that good for you or bad for you, do you think?
Look.
Good for the ego, maybe?
Well, if you're honest, you'd say yes, it is good. I was flattered that the TV series made about the work that you're doing.
Why you did it?
Flattered, but it was also confronting. Like, when the Underbelly TV series came out, it was a big deal at the time. You know, it was one of the highest rating shows, and friends and family said, "We'll come and watch it with you." But I sat at home on my own and watched it. The producers offered to show it to me before it was screened, and I thought, no, I'll just distance myself from it, and then I've got some plausible deniability. And I remember, But then sitting at home and watching your not only your professional life but your private life play out on national TV. At some points in time, and I joke, I wasn't actually in this position. I said I was in a fetal position, sucking my thumb, rocking backwards and forwards, watching my private life play out on TV. But look, I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the fact that they did that, and not just from an individual point of view, but it shows the public, I think, to a degree, what the police do to solve crimes like that. The writers, they spent a lot of time with me. They spent a number of years, and I think they did a good job on it. Matt Nable, who played me, when they first suggested Matt would be playing me, that I didn't know him, obviously, or didn't know him personally, and they put us together and got talking to him, and he was perfect for the person. He understood where I was coming from, I understood what he was about, and so I felt comfortable there that he would represent that well. Other things about the TV series, I noticed, and they'll deny it, but I feel that the barristers, when I was in the witness box, would go harder at me because I was a bloke from Underbelly and they wanted to build their reputation on smashing me up in the witness box. I felt that, so it put a target on my back, but it also it helped in other ways, in that it opened doors because I had a reputation and I could use that reputation to get things done. So yeah, it was a double-edged sword, but regrets? No, I'm proud of it. I'm not ashamed of what I did on that job.
Hello, I'm Tara Brown. Thanks for watching. To keep up with the latest from 60 Minutes Australia, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can also download the 9Now app for full episodes and other exclusive 60 Minutes content.